Audio check, ladies and gentlemen. This is an audio check. Check, check, 1, 2. Mike says, breaker 19, audio check, audio check.
My mic is...
Hey, good morning, everybody. 1 minute here while we get things started.
The lady does.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. So glad to be hosting another episode of this great award-winning show. That's right. We gave the award, but someone's got to win it, as I always say. Anyway, today is July 18th, 2025. Crazy markets this morning. Woke up thinking that there was going to be a nice little money printer going on in Bitcoin. Turned out to be tumultuous at best. And yes, that's a guest here on the show, Mr. Ed, the horse behind me. Anyway, I'm on remote location here. Not sure where Pedro is here, if he dropped off or not. Pedro's supposed to be in this box here. There he is. There he is. Right on time as usual. 15 minutes late.
The lady does protest. What do you mean 15 minutes late? Bro, half the time I come early and you are not ready and I sit for 15 minutes.
Dude, you're smoking crack. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody.
Dog, how many times does that happen?
Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. As I say, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking here. The man, well, he was in the box, now he's gone. Pedro Garcia, the crypto chart analyst. And Pedro DYOR, as I call him. There he is. Looking dapper today in a collared shirt.
And I had to go run and do some
Nope,
stuff.
no, he's not. Anyway, we got a short show for you today, everybody. I'm on remote location. I've got about I'd say 40 minutes of battery power before everything craps out on me here. I am, as you can see back here, I'm at a horse farm here. Taking, as they say, taking the day off here. I'm not sure if I got the, let's see, I got this comment machine going. Welcome, Mikester, to the show. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. There's Mr. Pedro. Pedro, what's happening today, sir?
Nothing. Things are good, my friend. Things are good. I cannot complain. It's called late, but I've always show up late today because literally when I do show up on time, we normally don't get started till 15 minutes after. So that's why I'm like, But you know what? From now on, I'm literally going to be completely early. I'm actually going to be 10 minutes early just to prove a point.
Yes.
I'm serious.
My evil plan has worked.
What are you talking about, bro? You literally have always been late. You do. Like, stop, like, don't fake the funk on, bro.
You're smoking crack, man. The studio is always open.
It is always open, but it's not, we're not ready to go live until about 15, 20 minutes after. What are you talking about? You try to make me look.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the fireworks going on Pedro's screen, there are lots of fireworks in the market this morning. The Nasdaq and the S&P just out of nowhere just decided to tank. Since I've been remote, I've not been following the news. Pedro, anything caused that this morning other than just it's Friday and people want to take profits on a Friday, or is there news today?
Honestly, so one of the things that I do, and it's like super important, like on Fridays, I purely try to just be technical. I don't pay attention to the news per se. And today I've been trying to squeak out some money in relationship to, how is this gonna work? With
yeah, I got stopped out today, so my day's over for trading.
What was the loss? Was it stop out with a profit or stop out with a loss?
No loss.
Okay.
It was I was up. My goal, I was up about probably 1 to 1. And then I was getting ready this morning, and I turned around and boop, it dropped. The market dropped, as fast as I've ever seen it. Just my chart just looked like that knife dagger, boink. And I thought, oh my God, Trump talked tariffs or something like that today, or said something. And then I saw the NQ and the S&P 500 drop accordingly. So it wasn't just Bitcoin market makers doing their thing. There was something macro in the market that said, it's Friday. I don't think there were any numbers this morning. I mean, housing starts maybe today, but that's not a huge one. I mean, it's a big economic indicator, but it's not not one that moves them.
Honestly, no. I mean, when I looked this morning, I didn't think there was anything, but I'm double checking just to make sure. One of the things I always check before I get started on my trading to see if we have any news, see if Trump's going to speaking. Obviously, you always have your Truth Social out, making sure on Trump, in case he comes out with something you want to know. And typically, though, the market starts to lead. So I just think it was just Friday, man. I mean, in all reality, when you're looking at the markets here, you can definitely see it that it is like it's just Friday. It's not. We didn't have a huge sell off. It just we had a sell off because people are probably taking profit. But it's not like as if it's like when I look at it, I go, oh my goodness, did it just completely?
It didn't even happen on the open. It happened around
10
o'clock or so.
Really, I said it was going to most likely come down to that 8 period moving or the 20 period moving average. So we went up and then down. I thought we were going to go up, down, then up by the end of the week. So crypto still has the Monday. We have that Monday, Tuesday up, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday down. And we hit the 20 period moving average on the CME here. So give me 1 second to see here. Let's go. I woke up this morning seeing my crypto crow going, "Hey, what's up? I just hit a new not all time high, but just hit a new I hit a new local high." I'm like, yes,
A new
let's
portfolio
go.
high for you.
Yeah, well, I want to say portfolio high, but it was just one of those things that it's bringing confirmation into the I'm looking at. I think Crow's going to be a I think they're going to go public. I do. I think they're going to go public. I think they're going to do a lot of stuff here. They're already seeing what Coinbase is doing and everything that Trump is doing with the with the new legislation, and it's just the way it's playing and the way that it's actually kind of cool. Yeah, look at the volume. Look how they're setting things up here. I feel like they're gonna try to push it to all-time high so they can get the highest that they can in relationship to going public for their stock, or at least like a hybrid of the crypto stock thing that they're trying to do. So anyways, I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. This is stuff that I'm just kind of looking at. Give me 1 second. Let me jump into Facebook here, or not Facebook, Bitcoin here. Yeah. So CME, and this is really interesting. So we're gonna check out the CME current contract here, and I just want to make sure. Let's go to CME so it doesn't crash our system here. No, that's not the CME. I thought I had the CME.
Ladies and gentlemen, for everyone watching us live or on the replay, make sure you hit that share, like, subscribe button. Since we have one viewer.
Hey,
Slow Friday.
I'm glad that we have that one viewer. Appreciate every one of you guys.
That's Mike. That'd be Mikester, I believe. Thank you for watching us, Mikester, while you're hard at work.
Let's go. Push this up here.
Where risk meets opportunity.
Give me 1 second as I log in real quick. Bitcoin futures. Come on, don't be a douche. There you go. Sorry, I probably shouldn't do that. I mean, come on. Be copacetic with me, Mr. CME website. Sometimes you aren't. It can be very interesting as we look at it. CME, microfutures. Nope. Where are you? FX.
What are you looking for, my friend?
I'm actually looking for the CME. Because I'm looking at it right now, and I've been trading it, but I just realized I might be on the wrong contract because I'm just actually looking at the volume and I'm going, wait. Because we were just talking, because I just realized it. So I'm just actually looking for the current contract for BTC. Just gonna try to mess with the kind of the future contract when I do mess with it. Maybe there's 10 years. FX interest. Where's crypto? That's real interesting. Okay. Oh, I know why.
All right, everyone. While Pedro's looking for that stuff, I'll just quickly mention that we've been talking about Crypto Week all week. And Crypto Week has been it's been declared Crypto Week by the U.S. House of Representatives Financial Services Committee and the Trump administration at large, because they want to get their three bills done this week. They've been successful at getting one done this week, and that is the Genius Act. The Genius Act passed the House yesterday. It is on its way to the president's desk for a signature, if you can believe that. Also, the Clarity Act. The Clarity Act also passed the House of Representatives, and it is on the way to the Senate for debate and passage. So that's a big step for that one. And the Anti-CBDC State Surveillance Act, I believe is coming to a vote today in the House, and then after that will be on its way over to the Senate. So we didn't get all the things done we wanted to this week, but we've got a lot of good stuff taken care of. Things moved on to the next level. We did have Elizabeth Warren on TV yelling that the earth was going to explode and the roofs would fall down from everyone's houses. And we had yesterday we showcased a few congressmen, one for and one against it. And as we know, the against it guy was an old person that yells at clouds, just like Miss Pocahontas from Massachusetts. And
she's really good.
The younger guy was obviously for it. Anyway, two of the bills, one bill has passed, two of the bills are going to be on their way to the Senate here shortly. So a good crypto week. I'm glad we celebrated it all week. All the episodes that we did this week. My little piece that I do in the middle of each show related around one of those bills. And so hopefully you learned a little bit more about what's coming down the line for regulation as far as cryptocurrency and stablecoins. Pedro, I actually read a good article this morning that I don't have with me here, but it was talking about how few people are ready for what's coming with the stablecoin passage and understanding how it's going to change things. And I learned a really good thing. I learned that they intentionally said no staking and no interest paid on it to give banks a breather room in the adoption of this, because it's going to change things big time. And they want the article talked about how the people that didn't name anyone specifically, but it said, yeah, we intentionally did that not because we think it's bad to offer interest on stablecoin staking. We need to give industry time to adapt, and we can always look at this again in the future once industry has seen what's coming and adapted to it. And I'm guessing that was a compromise that they did to get more Democrats to vote for it.
They knew. Like, come on, man. Like, the banks know. Like, they're not idiots. They're creating their own blockchain. I mean, literally, Bank of America is one of the largest holders, literally on, and I hate to say this, right? Like, blockchain innovation. They are one of the strongest developers of blockchains. They understand how all this works. And what they're really doing is to sit there and don't even, like, I think it's bullshit. I think what's happening is they're actually going around the back way and giving banks the opportunity to stake for themselves to get a large portion ahead, almost to front run the public. This is the part that frustrates me. Like,
I agree with you on that to a point, but I think that the stablecoin change will happen so fast that not even banks can respond. Banks are notoriously slow anyway. Even though they know the pace of innovation has to speed up for this. But
do you know? Do you know when Bank of America started going and literally locking down?
10 years ago or more.
So don't tell me that it's slow, because they've been planning for this. They understand the idea of blockchain and the ability to actually pull money. That's bullshit. Bullshit, Tom. No, I don't. Bullshit.
Well, regardless of them planning for it in a long time, execution is different. And banks defer to lawyers, where fintechs and those types of companies defer to the CEO who says, let's do it. And so what the hell is going on behind me? There's two horses behind me that is going at it. Anyway, so it was an interesting article talking about how the pace of change, and including talking about MasterCard and Visa already planning on fully integrating USDC and when USDT becomes approved. Currently, USDT would not fall under regulation by the Genius Act because it doesn't qualify as eligible under the act, because it doesn't have its reserves, 100% of its reserves backed 1-to-1 in the list that they have, which is US dollars on bank deposit, short-term treasury bonds, and a couple other things. Tether has about 15% of its reserves in Bitcoin and gold. And under this act, they can't use that as a liquid reserve. Very interesting. Interesting that they disallowed gold as that. But So probably another compromise to get more money into the U.S. banking system. But anyway, they do have a provision that allows for if they're legal in another jurisdiction, that the Treasury Department can do a comparative test. And if the regulations are similar, not exact, but similar to the U.S., they can be given the authority to operate their stablecoin scheme in the U.S.
Interesting.
So we'll probably, since Tether does have a couple of places around the world, I think in Singapore they may have achieved legality. I'll have to look that up. I expect them to be
they can't have
fully
USDT.
legal.
There's no way, because USDT is such a huge of the market, and they're so decentralized with Ethereum. It's going to be really interesting to see if they will let USDT. I don't think they're going to allow it, because the fact is that they're so far ahead and everybody uses it. They've got to shoot them in the foot. The banks want the money, and because they're already losing the ability to make money on the transfer. So they need to be able to. And if they allow Tether to really get started in America, they're going to be so far behind. There's no way anybody's going to be able to use it. So I honestly think they're not going to allow it. There's just no way, because from a financial standpoint, when you look at the money, they're not going to be able to compete unless they buy out Tether. And that very much, that might happen. But
yeah, I know somebody that can write a check for that. And that would be JP Morgan or Bank of America or any other institution like that. BlackRock, they could call up Tether and say, we'll give you twice the price, whatever you want. It could be that simple.
That's just if they can get a consensus.
That's the ultimate fuck you money, isn't it? That's just
yeah. Like, all right, we're just done trying to do this, and everybody's using you, and we realize we just need to buy you. It's almost like when Facebook went out and bought Instagram and said, we're not going to compete here. We're just going to buy you out and make every one of your people filthy rich, and then get filthy rich later down the road. I mean, right? It just makes sense. It was real interesting. So I'm looking at this here real quick, and I just think it's interesting when I'm looking at it. The July contract on the CME here, I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like it hit the 20-period moving average. And when I'm looking at Bitcoin spot, it's not. That's interesting. Huh. Real interesting. That means this might be getting ready to go higher, hard higher. Like, if it's that much of a discrepancy, that's a good sign. That's a really, really, really good sign.
All right, Pedro, I'm going to need to spend a minute or two changing devices here.
Okay. Alrighty. As Tom is doing that, I'm going to point out what I'm talking about here for you guys so you can understand. We're going to go look at CME futures. I'm going to Bitcoin BTC, and you guys will find this really interesting. Oh, what? Oh, that's why. Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Boom. Category. Let's open this up. No, I don't want that. BTC futures. Here we go. And then we're gonna do that in. Why is mine tripping? Why am I not the? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I'm on the K contract. Let's pull that back forward. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I was on the K contract. That is the funniest thing. Huh. Oh no, that's not. Okay, boom. So we're gonna be on the N. Let's see how they're doing. That makes complete sense. All right. Okay. Well, that is completely different than what I was looking at, and I'm glad we actually looked at that, because that would have been a bad situation here, real quick. Let me go ahead and pull this last little bit up. It's funny how you can trade different type of contracts and still, like, if you know how to trade, it just doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, but you get stuck in a position. You're like, oh, shoot. Here we go. All right. So let's just jump into Bitcoin here real quick. You guys can see. We saw it kind of go up here on Sunday here. You can see Monday, Sunday, right? Boom, went up. They tried to push it up. They couldn't. Long story short, what's nice is even though we've had a few red days, look at the volume in relationship to that. It's like, it's a lot less than what we've been seeing. I mean, easily 25, 30% less. So this is especially on this contract. It's exciting. I mean, honestly, because they're going up to come back down to go back up. So the CME here shows 123, and then the spot here real quick is, and you're probably asking, why does this matter? This matters because it kind of gives you an understanding of potentially where we can expect the price to be in the future versus the past. Boom. Okay. Let's pull this up here. All right, so we're kind of playing right here. If we don't see this thing continue up for the weekend, we're going to be seeing it come down to that 112 area. We have two liquidity areas that you guys could take advantage of here. Okay, I'm going to show you guys here because again, these are just little areas. These are going to be quick trades, real quick trades. And when we have the Trade Wave app up and running and everything's going, you guys will be able to take little profits here. All right, so this is again a 1-to-1 ratio. You're looking just to you're getting in and getting out of the market, right? And so this is what you're looking at. It's going to be the one right here. It's going to be the 15,820 area, right? It was I believe Tuesday's low. Okay, and so we should see again a little pop where you guys can take advantage of it. 1-to-1 ratio. You're not going to be holding on to this forever. This is a simple, like this is a one-nighter. You're going in and you're just gonna there's an agreement here on both parties. Hey, we're just here just to make and do what we need to do. And so this is where it's simply going to come in. We're going to see it pop here, should come up. Remember, we want to see it get above the 8-period moving average, something like this right here. If this was a liquidity area, you can see how it popped up, came up above the 8, found support with a decent amount of volume right up in this level here. And then we saw it continue up. We're putting our stop right now. I'm showing you this as an example. We're going to put our stop at the local low right here. And then once it creates a new all-time high here, then you bring the stop up to here, okay? And your ratio is going to be from here to here, from a 1-to-1. So we would have nailed this right about right here. We would have hit that 1-to-1 ratio right here, and then we would take out 70% of our profit. Boom. And if it continues up, great. If not, it's cool. Whatever. We made our money, we get out. And then if the 30% runs up, cool. Do not let it come back and test. Okay, that's the key. As once we create a new all-time high, we do not let it come back and test our stop. We take profit, right? So if you get stopped out, you're getting stopped out with a profit. Okay, guys, that's really important to understand that. And then you can see here, you would have made a little bit of cash. We hit the 100-day, or we hit the 100-period moving average right here, which is a good indication of saying, all right, get out, right? Like once we start hitting that, we start seeing a slowdown in momentum with the smaller candles. We can sit there and say, all right, it's slowing down. It's going to come back down. And that's what we saw. Boom. So that's we're going to take this picture here. All right. And we're just simply going to move it to these purple areas here. And so imagine it kind of looking like this. This is what we kind of want to see here. Kind of a drop, hit an area right here, the purple, and you see it come up, right? We see some volume come in right here, as you can see, average higher than the normal previous reds or the previous candles that are red, and then we see it come back down. We get in right here on the test of the 8. Our stop goes right here, and then we basically wait for a new high, move our stop to here, boom, and you're good. But remember, you're looking for a 1-to-1 ratio from here to here. Okay, that's where our 1-to-1 ratio is, from when you enter in at this level of the test of the 8 to right here, and our stop would go right at this level. So this is literally, we're looking for, I'm gonna do that. We're looking right until for a new high. Okay, so you can see here we're sitting right there. I guess we had a new high right there, but it would not have been a 1-to-1. It would have been a pullback. You would have been good, and then you would have made that new high right here. And so that's where the money would have come in. But you're looking for a 1-to-1 ratio before you take the what's the word I want to use, before you get out of the position. And so that's what we're looking for right up in these levels here. We have 2 positions that we can take this week, the 115 as well as on the 115.8 and then the 115.23 area. Make a quick cash, get out, have a good day. The other one that we also have, in case we do see another kind of a sell-off here, is going to be your 1-hour chart. Look at your 1-hour chart. You can see here you also have this area here as well. Okay, you have a liquidity pool right here, and you can take this again, quick little trade. This is just quick trades where you're building for cash, right? This is not a swing trade. This is simple as going in and make our money. Boom, you see it come back down. We see a simple thing and come back up. That's what we're looking.
Can you hear me, Pedro?
Yes, I can. Yes. Why? What's up?
Okay, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Nothing. I'm going to be off screen for just a minute while I do some powering, but I'm listening to you and I'll be able to comment when I can.
Okay, no worries. Now, what's important here is that if this market does sell off, don't trip. Go in buying at the lows, because again, remember, 0.1% is what you're looking to acquire, and right now, 0.1% is $1.50. Excuse me, it is $115 worth of Bitcoin. When Bitcoin is 10 million, 15 million, 20 million dollars, 0.1 will be a really good point, because it will allow you guys to be able to get ahead, meaning that is going to be basically that price of a house is what we wanted, in which CZ was talking about, and I don't disagree with him. My biggest concern is what happens when Bitcoin isn't going to be mined anymore, right? And so that's actually that's the issue that I'm actually taking care of and building and getting ready for the future here myself. But let's go ahead here real quick and go into a couple other things. Mikester says, I wish the DYOR banner was down just a bit so I could watch the chart we are looking at. Also, your ticker is not showing accurate numbers. I wish the DYOR banner was down just a bit so I could know what chart or what we are looking at. Oh, you got that from Mikester. So Mikester telling us a lot. I just hear you. Tom, did you get that?
Pedro, yes, I did hear that. Yeah, Mikester, the DYOR logo covers the chart name, the symbol, and one of these days I'm going to get around to redesigning the interface, and we'll uncover that. And 2, yeah, just because I'm remote, I don't have that ticker updating properly, and so it will be fixed in the future.
There we go. Alrighty. And so I actually like this little area right here and this little area right here. I don't think we're going to get down to the 110, but you never know if we do see a sell-off. And these are just little areas that you're looking just to take profit in. This isn't a trade that you're going to hold on to, right? Like when we get into trades, we look for daily areas, right? Like this area here, or this area potentially like right here, right, as it sells off. But these are fun areas to make quick cash. let's check out XRP here. XRP was pumping this morning. We saw it get to the 366 area. And yeah, it's doing a bit of a sell-off like what we're seeing with the broad market. You can see ETH here. ETH is just pumping. ETH went through our zone here real quick, and we definitely see it's come back up to that 372 or 3732 area here that we were talking about. Seeing it get up there to the end of the week, which is what we saw. I would expect to see a bit of a pullback here, maybe pull back to the 8 period, which is that 3181 potentially. But we are seeing good volume come in on ETH here. So you can definitely see it definitely coming in. People are buying it as we're pushing up. So if we do see it come pull back, this is where I'm expecting to pull back at around that 3181 area. It's going to be pretty popping like it's hot. Also, let's pull this up here real quick. Doge is actually starting to show a huge amount of volume. I saw it today. I was like, wow, this thing is going. It busted through that 200 period moving average. Just the pink line right here. And look, man, this thing is, I mean, I was shocked when I saw this morning, like the amount of volume coming in. I was like, okay, something's going on here. I actually kind of discounted Doge and was paying attention more to SHIB. Right, we talked about that because I was looking at the volume here, right? So you can see I was talking about like, yeah, if this thing's going, we're going to see a lot of our meme coins start to really pump. But look at that. I mean, Dogecoin really like it just. I thought like I said, I thought we were going to see a pullback, but man, once we closed yesterday about the highs. Man, it was so clear. It was like we are now moving up, and the amount of volume that came in the early hours here was like ridiculous. I mean, look at that amount of volume from yesterday or yesterday evening. Like, look at that. That just screams. Saw a pump, and then around 1 and 2 o'clock, look, this thing just said bloop. We're going up. So I was kind of pulled back. I was like, wow. Yeah, I missed that one. But
hey, Pedro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I tried to butt in while you had Doge up there. But you're showing the pump on Doge. What was on your chart? What was the previous pump before that? The date for that?
Yes. Oh, there we go. Real quick. Previous pump would have been.
Yeah, right. I can barely see your mouse there. Yeah, right about there. Yeah, what was that date?
This date is May 6th.
In May. Okay.
Yeah. Why?
I was just trying to get an idea of the last time we had good action on Doge.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's interesting here is the amount of volume coming in so late. It's not at the base, it's coming at the late. So that's more of an indication of, honestly, it could be institutions now really getting in and with conviction and just trying to push a market. But it also could be that this is the late stages of a lot of the novices pushing the market up. So we're going to see what happens here. That's why I'm always a little careful. Like if the market's moving up, go long. Like it's that simple. But if the market is going up with, not as much volume. But the key point here is that we're seeing a decent amount of volume coming in, and so, and it's about the same amount that we saw in May. So it's going to be interesting to see if it continues. I'm interested to see what's going to happen next week. Week.
Pedro, Mrs. Striking is saying hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey, what's up? Hi. Look at you. What's up? It's good to see you.
That's when I said we had something to do. That was that.
Got it. Well, that's cool, man. I mean, I love the fact that y'all are into horses. I think horses are one of the dopest things, bro. I love watching the horses at the what's it called? The palace in London, when like the horses are like get back,
changing the flag.
What's up? Sorry, say again. Hello? I missed you. Yeah, I just like watching that. But then when you see like a little baby come in, like the little like toddlers, they're the most gentlest. They're like super like loving and caring and like totally cool. But if an adult comes up and is a douche and it's just trying to be funny, like the horse is like, I'm gonna eat you, dude. I'm about to bite you. You need to get back, dog. Anyways.
Yeah, these horses are really nice, and Mrs. Striking's riding one by the name of Chief, and he treats her well. But Mrs. Striking has a long history in the equestrian business, but just took many years off after you get older, get a job, life gets in the way, and she decided to get back into it. And she's actually setting up a separate company here to go about it and market it, and do all kinds of business related, social media related stuff with it. And it should be an interesting time here as an entrepreneur. That's kind of why I'm showing it too, because it's going to be an entrepreneurial thing with a new business for her.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty cool. And Mrs. Striking was also the Canadian junior national champion in what's called Hunter in equestrian jumping. That was a long time ago, but and I realize Canada's a big place, but being a national champion in anything is pretty cool. So that's what we're off doing today. And so sorry, everybody, I was on the remote location today, but I got to beg off here for a few minutes. So I'll leave you with Pedro and I'll be back shortly.
Awesome. All right, guys. So let's check it out here. I get distracted by work and miss what chart is up. I got you. I'll start mentioning the chart here now more often for you, Mike Stir. I got you, dog. If you guys could do us a quick favor, if you could share us. Right now, it just seems like we're kind of dead over on Rumble. It really helps if you guys could just hit the like button and share button, which helps us out tremendously. Also, make a comment down at the comment section like, these guys rock the mic. Let's go. That would help us out a lot. And I want to do it myself. So we got 3 likes there, right there. I want to appreciate every one of you guys that are watching us up on Rumble. We're trying to build up Rumble here. If you can, when you're watching us, log on in, say what's up, say how you doing over there. All right. So let's check out here a couple other things I think are really cool. You can see here that the market is starting to sell off. If we start to see some big selling coming in Doge, like the liquidity area, if you're looking to make a quick little buck here, I would say that this, actually our chart, this area right here is a little area that you can make a quick little buck here. Again, I show you guys how to just go in and quickly make a 1-to-1, get out, take a 70% off of your position and see if it continues to run. But I like this area right here, and also this area right here for you guys. You can also capture if it pulls back up into this 8-period moving average. Okay, and you see this gap little area between the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, there's going to be sellers sitting there. And so you could actually take this down from this level here and take it down to those areas here. Give me 1 second. This is going to be that. It's an intraday time frame. And you can see here, this is where I'm looking at right this. You could expect to see some bit of a position. They kind of look like where they're going to hit it and then bring it back down. There was a decent amount of volume actually in the last few hours kind of coming in. So I'd expected to see maybe come back and test these lows here and then continue up. So these are just some of the positions you guys could take. And again, this was Doge, and the area here. Let me make sure you guys cannot see this. Here you guys go. Let me make sure now that you guys can see this. There we go. So I was saying that this area right here around that 24.35 area to the 24.45 area here. Again, this is the Binance Doge USD chart. I'd expect to see us come up, hit this area, and then continue down. So you can kind of take both ends here, where you could take this short here, and then come back down and hit these areas of liquidity. So that's one little area you could do. Take it up, then down, based off what we're looking at. You can see here, this is where a lot of seller wicks were at, right? So we're just communicating, hey, we're looking to drop this market down. So you can see as we're coming back up, be looking for it to basically come back down to this area here, and then play the liquidity areas where you go long, then short, then long. So that's in a nutshell there. If you guys have any other questions and stuff like that, please hit me up. I'd appreciate it. Let's go ahead and look at this here real quick. What was the other one I wanted to go over? Boom. Is it Solana? I wasn't Solana. Oh yes, it was Solana. Solana and AVAX. I thought it was AVAX. Boom. I cut through a lot of these charts here real quick before, and sometimes I need to write them down. And this one I didn't write down. So we had talked about this liquidity pool right here at that 187.71, which is the high, the local high here, right, that we're getting up to. I'd expect to see another play here where you can take the liquidity, they're going to stop everybody out and then drop it. And so because this is kind of a weekly and monthly high here, as you can see right here, and the monthly high, right, you should have a bigger pullback off of this. So you could typically let this run for maybe a couple days here over the weekend. So if we hit this with low volume, that's where you need to kind of be careful. But if we hit this with kind of higher volume, if you see high volume coming at this level here over the weekend, then that means that they're taking the other side and dropping it. But if you see it happen with low volume as they're taking liquidity pull, there's not enough, and that means they're just going to push through this and continue higher. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Okay, boom. Let's check out here real quick. Dot was one of the ones, right? Like it's part of just what's the word I want to use? Crypto. It's part of crypto's like narrative, right? It's a fundamental technology, and so this is why I think that we're gonna see DOT continue higher here. Let me kind of waiting for it to. I thought we were gonna see it come down to the $2 area, but we did not. So it's actually kind of sad. And we're gonna move this here. We did hit the liquidity area right here. Oh, we did hit the liquidity area right here. And so now we're pushing back up. You can see that there's that 200 period moving average here playing pretty nicely. And so because of that, I'm definitely looking for it to pull back maybe to that 8 period moving averages, which is where we would sit in. This is what they're using as a guide, and they as in institutions. So look for a pullback back to that 8 here, or look for the weekly. So based off whatever volume we come in, because we're ending the week off of it. So you would see it come back down to the 8 and then continue up following the daily 8 period moving average. And that's this right here. So that's the daily 8, and when it pulls back, you can see it pull back again, take liquidity right here, and then push it back up. And then you would see it start to follow again into next week, that 8 period moving average. Dot here, you guys could trade this as well. This is a liquidity area, and you could trade here. And these are, like I said, those small little things that we always look at, right? Comes down, and then you want to get that 1-to-1. But this would actually be a good area. You can leave this to actually run for a day or two on this trade. So make sure with that you're still going to keep the same risk to reward ratio. You're still going to take your 50% or your 70% right off the jump at the 50 area, but it's going to act as a pretty good run for that 30%. Next, let's go ahead and look at Brett. No, not Brett. Was it Bonk? Yeah, it was Bonk here. Bonk has been pumping here the last few days, and what was interesting behind it is the amount of volume that came in with this. It was surreal comparative to what we've seen in the past so far. You can see here, like we talked about it coming down into this area, pushing up. But I mean, this thing went from, 1335 area all the way up to, that 1335. It literally almost did a 3x, right? And it's following these areas here. So Bonk is one of those ones that we talked about that we could see it get up to, I mean, if this thing gets wings here, 000-16-774 area, right? So that's kind of like what I'm looking at and potentially see getting going. Ultimately, it all depends on if they can continue the hype with this, but Bonk is going. It is definitely moving. Let's check out what Bonk's market cap is. Market cap. That's interesting. Is that really a... Yeah, I like it. You can see here, guys, this is a 2.74 area here. So I guess it's about almost 3 billion market cap. So if this thing gets going, we see it get all the way up to there. I mean, man, that could get all the way up to a 16 billion market cap. That would be a pretty big jump here for Bonk. And you can see here, I mean, there's volume. There's a lot of volume sitting here. So we're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. But yeah, a lot of money sitting in Bonk. That was the other one I'm going to point out for a lot of us. So wait for kind of a pullback down into the maybe 2.26 area for market cap wise. Right now it's in at that 270 or 2,073 or 730 million. But I would definitely want to see it come down to that 2.4 billion area where the 8 period is coming down. You can see it's already starting to pull back, so it would be one of those things that you want to see. Boom. That'd be probably around that 2931. So you can already see it starting to pick up here. Really nice, really nice. For this to go though, if this can take wings, this thing's going. And all those people who got in down at the 5-0, been waiting for a minute for this thing to pick up. So look at that. Look at that. As you all know, Crow been picking up too. We can see the volume stepping in. I talked about that for the last few days. One of those ones that I think it's gonna just kind of take off. The other one, as well as is H-bar. H-bar, you can see kind of pulling back here, but we're seeing a lot of volume step in here for H-bar. And you can see it come back down to that level of that 23 cent area from the 29 cent. Get supply and then push it back up. And this area right here, it's potential. There we are. Boom. Alrighty. ICP wasn't able to get above that daily 200 period. So we'll watch to see what happens next week. The pullback we're going to expect should be back down into the $5 mark. If it does, either $5, 550, or the 520 area here is what I'm looking at. So for the trading standpoint, again, make sure everybody's using correct risk. Don't throw your entire bag in. Compound interest will take care of itself. It is singles and doubles that make you rich, right? It is getting in, understanding when you have a long runner that will make you wealthy. But the key is just making sure that you keep having money so that you can keep trading, so that you can actually have the long-term gain by catching a long run. So that's what we're doing here. So I like this area here. Like I said, we could see it come back down to that 71, which is basically still this this area right here that we were talking about, which is that 519, 450 area. But again, I like this. I like it. I like this area here because it's kind of setting up. You can see how volume's already starting to pick up there. And today, even with the sell-off, you can see how we're still with just the volume is higher. And so if we close green, which I think what we're going to see, then I would expect it to go get above here and see us touch. We should see it touch that 764 area. Again, that $7.64 area. Okay, did I lose Tom? Am I even on? Oh shoot, we got 5.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. We got 6 people there. What are your thoughts on ICP, Mr. Thomas? Oh. Busy, must be busy. I like ICP.
Sorry about that, Pedro. I was just in the middle of doing something, looking for something here. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Sorry about that, by the way. You can see here on what was I looking for? Oh, it's also Pepe. Let's check out Pepe as well, because we're watching some moves within these. Boom. Pepe is kind of weak here. You can see here it hasn't really been putting in extra, and we're not really seeing an increase in volume per se. So this one's kind of petering out here. Not to say that it's donezo, but just as of right now, you can sit there and see it's kind of petering out here. So let's go ahead and drop that. If it is, we could see it pull back down to that 401172 area. And then we just do this. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, I see it pull back to there, or potentially back down to here as well. So real quick. I really like this here. Not so much there. I'm gonna leave this up here, but leave it as more of a weak one. Dash.
What you got up on the screen now?
This is actually Pepe.
Oh, I think you're on mute.
Oh man, are you serious? No, I'm not. Nope, nope.
It may be on your screen, not your headset, but your studio link. It has a microphone red thing.
What? Hello? No, my mic shows me that I am on. I can see on the studio that I do not have it.
Maybe it's me.
I haven't changed anything. Let me know when it's cool.
Pedro, I have a feeling it's me. I think my headset just died.
Oh, so then if your headset, mine won't work as well.
Yeah, I can hear you.
With the crowd count, with the stream count.
Anyway, thanks to everyone that's watching here. I really appreciate it. A slow Friday here in the markets, or I should say online on YouTube and on Rumble. But thanks to everyone that's watching us. Didn't get an opportunity to read any 1775 ads today, but still nonetheless a good showing today.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, man. You know what I did? I made up some soy sauce. So good. Oh my goodness. All natural with actually real like sea salt and pink Himalayan salt. Oh my goodness, bro. So good. Have you ever mixed eggs, like hard-boiled eggs, with sea salt? Let me know when they can hear us, or when they can hear me. Can you hear me?
I did, Pedro. Could you just repeat that?
I made up some amazing soy sauce this morning. I put in some garlic. Some green chili peppers, crushed them up. Then I put in some balsamic vinaigrette, which is aged, which was really good. And then I put in some olive oil, a little bit of not coconut oil, avocado oil, and also some fish oil.
Fish oil, interesting.
Yeah, that's what gives it that like soy sauce taste. Most people don't realize that. That's like another way to put it in, and you don't got to worry about all the other like crazy soy products that go into. And it's really simple to make. It's actually shocking. When I saw it, I was like, that can't be it. And then I was like, oh, it's not as salty because they add so much salt into soy sauce. You know, I don't like. You know, so if you want it super salty, you could just add more salt if you like it that way. But I don't put as much because, well, my arteries can't handle it. You know, bro, like it just can't.
Pedro, we're gonna have to wrap this up here.
Okay, that's cool. I get it. They can't hear me.
My headphones have died, so I can't really hear you when my camera's on, because I have to put the phone.
Oh, I got you.
Away from me. Well, for some reason, not going to my speakerphone either. Wait. That doesn't help. Anyway, thanks everyone that watched today. This remote episode for me here on DYOR Live. Thanks to Pedro for a great week of analytics and money-making trades. Hopefully on his part, but on my part for sure. Except for today, I'm getting stopped out like a stupid idiot. Should have taken my profits. But anyway, Pedro, before I sign off here, any last things to say?
Yeah, I'm honestly, we had a great week this week, man. Can they hear me?
Yes, they can hear you.
Okay. Had a great week this week. We saw the market pump decent. Again, this is, I think, the initial pump for the altcoin seasons. I think we're going to see a bigger pull next week. So just be mindful of that. I would expect to see a bit of a sell-off in the beginning of the week and then a pump into the next week. So see some volume come in. If you see some big volume on the sell-off, that's just simply them taking and the buy sells as they're selling off the market, so that they would turn the market up come towards the beginning of the midweek into the end of the week. And then on Friday, we will probably see another sell-off. And so it's been a good week for most of crypto. So shout out to all the ones who have fatter bags by at least 30%, 30 to 40%. Some of you guys have gone in and your bags this week probably a little, maybe 3-4x, depending on where you got in on and how much you put in. So congrats to all you guys out there. Just to make sure that if you're going to take a small trade, don't give back your profits to the market. Make sure you plan it out, write down your trade so you can learn from it. As Tom says, right? If you don't write it down, it didn't happen.
76 Norton says, Celtic sea salt. It's good for you. 17 minerals in it.
Yes, that's the other one I messed with. I forgot to mention that too. I do Celtic sea salt. I do Celtic. I do pink Himalayan and a little bit of the sea salt itself. And dude, it is the brine from the Celtic sea salt, bro, is so good, bro. Like so good. Anyhow.
All right, Pedro. We gotta get rolling here. My battery's about to die here and shut the stream down on us. But as I say, every show, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking, here in the digital media world. The man in the box next to me, my co-host and analyst, Supremo Mega Mano Pedro Damas, Pedro Garcia, the crypto chart analyst. Thank you to everybody for watching this week. We'll be with you next week, so see ya.